Welcome back, everybody. We're here to look at cards for October the 4th. I'm going to be pulling one card for each sign. So if you know your sun sign, your rising sign, your moon sign, if you know your Venus sign, which is going to tell you about love and money, if you know your Capricorn sign, Saturn sign, I should say, then that's going to tell you about father or about work. If you know your Jupiter sign, that shows you where your expansion is going to be. So lots of good juice you can pull out of here if you know your signs. That one tried to fall, but it didn't, so that didn't count. Almost, for me, only counts in horseshoes or hand grenades. Okay, let's get started now. La da 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 da. Thank you guys for being here. If you think I do good on these readings, you should certainly check me out for a personal where I'm looking at your energy only. All right, so what I've got showing up for Aries is the Two of Wands. Two of Wands just means that you have a decision that you're making today, and that decision has something to do with multiple options, all of which are good. The only reason you have to prioritize one over the other or the others, depending on your situation, is because you may not have enough energy or enough resources or enough time or something, some type of resource to put into all of these and make progress. And you want to make progress with something. So you're choosing that one that you can really focus on to move forward with today, Aries. Next up, we're looking at Taurus. So those of us with Taurus placements, Four of Cups showing up in reverse. This is a really good card to have. It says that basically it would be really tempting to have a pity party. We could have a pity party if we wanted to, but we're not. Actually, Spirit is acknowledging that there have been some disappointing things that have happened, but we're not focusing on those. What we're focusing on are the new opportunities that are in front of us now. All right, so I like that. Next up, Geminis. Geminis, Four of Pentacles going on here. What's happening with you, Geminis? I do feel like some of you are saving back some type of resources, whether it's financial or otherwise, because you want to have that later on for a very particular type of thing. But for others of you, and I think more of you, this is financial, but for a few of you, this talks about holding back on letting people know what you're thinking or what you're really feeling, not being very open with that because you may not be feeling real safe doing that right now. Now, this card doesn't tell me if you would be safe doing that. It just tells me you're not feeling very safe with being very open at the moment. Okay? Next up, let's look at Cancer. Cancer, as you guys have the Justice card in reverse, this is somebody who is making a decision that influences you, and this decision is not made in a fair way. They may not have taken into account all the information. Maybe they didn't even know all the information, or maybe just this person had an outcome in mind before they ever started looking at the facts. Either way, this decision was made in a way that was not fair, and it is influencing you, Cancer. The question is, how are you going to respond to that? You know, are you going to respond in a healthy way or an unhealthy way? Next up, let's look at Leo. Leos, you guys have Three of Swords showing up in reverse. I like this card in reverse. It talks about something that was making you feel sad or heartbroken that is now being turned around. So maybe the situation is a little bit better, or maybe you're just healing from it. Maybe you're finding closure in a situation that made you feel sad before. Whatever's going on, this is a good thing. This is healing. For the minority of you Leos, some of you would be healing from some type of heart surgery as well. That could also be indicated by this card. Like I said, I feel like that's the minority of you. There's probably only one or two that are actually watching this video that's happening for. For the rest of you, I would say this is more of an emotional type of healing. Next up, we're looking at, that was Leo, next Virgo. Oh, I do want to say, with this Three of Swords in reverse, if you're healing from a physical heart situation, By the time this video is published, you already know that. So please don't anybody be afraid you're going to have a heart attack like today or something crazy like that. This would be something you would already be aware of. You would already be scheduled for that surgery from before or something like, you know, or you even had that surgery before today. So that's Leo. Next up, Virgo. So Virgos, you guys have the Fool card. This does tell me that you are beginning something new, and this something new is being begun as a leap of faith. In other words, what you're doing may not seem so logical. It might be kind of hard to get support for it from your friends because they may not understand, but you know that you know that you know that you know that it's the right thing to do. So good for you, Virgos. Next up, we're looking at Libra. Okay, so Libras, you guys are known for your overthinking, and this is what I feel like is going on here with this Two of Swords in reverse. This tells me that you're trying to make some type of decision today, and this is a decision that's going to be impacting your life for, you know, more than 20 minutes, for a while. And you're feeling pretty confused about it. You may be feeling like you even need more information to make this decision. Here's what I'm going to say for you, Libras. First of all, I would say don't try to dissect every single detail of this. Just try to bottom line it to make the decision. If you still can't make the decision that way, take a peek at why do you have to make this decision today? Is this you putting pressure on you, or is this somebody else putting pressure on you? Is this even reasonable to put that kind of pressure on yourself or for somebody else to put that kind of pressure on you? In other words, can you buy some time? Because if you can buy some time, then you can just sit with this decision and let what feels most comfortable come to the surface for you. And then you can make this decision without feeling confused or pressured or rushed. Okay, so see if you can buy yourself some time and then just sit with this decision. Don't try to think it to death. Okay? Go by feelings. Go by feelings, says the water sign to the air signs. All right, next up, let's look at Scorpio. Scorpio, didn't we just get this yesterday? Pretty sure we got it recently. 10 of coins. Okay, so here's the thing. When we get a repeating card, because trust me, I used to get a lot of repeating cards when I was first learning how to read, and I would put out one card a day for myself. I would have 3 or 4 days in a row where I'd get the same card no matter how much I shuffled. And I finally figured out that that was Spirit's way of saying, look, you didn't get the message yesterday. Are you gonna get it today? Do we need to hit you over the head with a 2x4? Okay, so it's not insignificant that I'm a Scorpio sun and that Scorpios are getting a repeating message. We are a fixed sign. We can be stubborn. So 10 of Pentacles just says there's something that is making us feel happy and secure, that we're ready to take to the next level. Apparently we didn't do that yesterday. Spirit is saying quit procrastinating. Move forward with that. We're giving you the go-ahead. Why are you holding back? Okay, so time for us to move forward with something that makes us feel more secure and more stable. Time to take that thing to the next level. Woot woot. All right, hopefully we won't get that same card again tomorrow. Sagittarius. Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands just means that you have a wonderful new idea that you're really excited about taking forward and doing something good with it. When it is an ace, it is at the very beginning of things. This isn't an idea that anything has happened on yet. All that has happened so far is you have just thought about it. You haven't figured out how you're going to make it happen. You just have this idea and it's making you feel really good about moving forward with it. So we like it. It's a good beginning, but it's just the beginning. There's still a lot more elbow grease, a lot more manifesting power that would have to go into this, but it is something exciting and inspiring to think about. So we do like it for that property. Capricorn, Capricorn. Okay, Page of Pentacles showing up in reverse. Capricorns. Capricorns, this is coming through a little bit different for me. I feel like today you are going to be really, really, really tempted to go to somebody who owes you some money or owes you something. Maybe you loaned them a cup of sugar, I don't know. But you're going to be really tempted to go to them today and say, hey, where's my stuff you owe me? I think it's about time you coughed it up, don't you? That's what's showing up on this card, and that's not normally what I pick up from this card at all. Here's the thing, though. I feel like as tempting as that might be, no matter what that situation is, if we feel like they've got plenty, how come they're not paying me back? Or if we feel like it's been twice as long as they said it would take them, or whatever the situation is, I just feel like it is really non-productive for us to come along and ask for whatever that is back. Isn't that interesting? They know the agreement that they made with us. They already know that agreement. It's like we're kind of reminding them. But it feels like reminding them in a very not genteel way, shall we say. Okay? I'm just listening for advice. So when I'm being quiet, it's not that I've totally zoned out or anything or fallen asleep behind the camera. If it's not such a good idea to approach them about this, Spirit is saying it's a better idea to just act like whatever this is gone and do whatever we need to act accordingly than it is to actually go and confront this person. Now, also you need to know this isn't saying that we're a pushover. This is just saying that we don't need that other person to be a person of integrity for us to live a good life. So in other words, if somebody owes us something, let them owe it. They'll either pay it or they won't pay it, but we'll be just fine, is basically what Spirit is saying. But by coming to them and saying, reminding them, being a little bit gruff with them, or a lot gruff with them in some cases, is actually just engendering the type of karma that we don't want. Where if we can just sort of shrug it off and say, well, maybe it's just a gift, then that engenders the kind of karma that brings abundance to us. So we want to be careful about what kind of karma we're engendering here. Okay? So that's for Capricorns. Next up, let's look at Aquarius. So Aquarius, you guys have the Temperance cards showing up here. This just tells me that you are making some real efforts to get things into balance. I'm actually hearing under control. Some of you Aquarians may be feeling especially like, like your emotions are a little bit out of control lately. And I think that you are learning some new techniques to help keep them more under control, the way that you would like to have them. La da 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 da. Some of these techniques have to do with the idea of acknowledging the emotions that you're feeling and then releasing them out to the universe. We could really dig deep on that, even with just the one card. I'm picking up so much stuff, but I don't want this video to be half an hour long and half of it be about Aquarius. So let's just bottom line it in that you are finding ways to bring things into balance in your life, and for most of you this is applying in the area of emotions. All right, next up, let's look at Pisces. Pisces, you guys have the Four of Wands in reverse. You guys may be traveling today. And if you're not traveling, it may be somebody in your sphere of influence is setting off on a trip today. So it could be somebody in your home, somebody in your office, somebody in a regular setting that you normally find yourself in. If it's not you that's actually leaving the shelter of home and out and about and traveling. Okay. So that's what we've got. Thank you everybody for being here. I do appreciate all of your wonderful support. Don't forget to put a thumbs up on this video if you enjoyed it. Also, share it with others who may find benefit from it or who may even be entertained by it. And then, of course, thank you to those of you who are ordering private readings and private Reiki sessions and Reiki candles. Oh, and also we are still running the contest again, so everyone remember to put a comment below the video if you want to enter the contest. Prizes will be the same as they have been the last few months. You'll get to choose whether you want a 30-minute reading with me, a Reiki session, 28 Reiki candles, or the goodie bag that I've been accruing. And you'll see the goodie bag after you have been chosen, if you're the one that's chosen as the winner. We have winter coming on, but geez, we just hit fall equinox. I need to chill out, don't I? All right, guys, thank you for being here. Everybody have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys back on the next video. Peace out.